Hi everybody, it's Donna from Purple Pinky Promises. And do you remember the project I brought you last week live with the stamp wheel and the turnabout postage stamp that I did? The one here on the right was the one I created live, but this piece right here was the one that I stamped, but I didn't do anything with. So I cut that down to measure 3 by 4 1/4, and we're going to create a card from it. So I'm going to post a link to that video on what I used to stamp all of that. Well, I'll post a link so that you can see me stamping that with the stamp wheel. And I'll also have a link to all of the inks and everything that I used for this postage background. Okay, so now I'm going to get caught up to speed here, and we are using the Spellbinders postage edge rectangles. I used the Neenah Classic Crest Smooth Cardstock-Canyon brown. So that's our background on our card front. And those little sentiments over to the right, that sentiment is this cardstock actually matches the background, or this word die, the birthday die, die cut, that is rather. It is in Jute cardstock from Keller's Creation, and I am putting it also on a shadow piece that was cut out with the Canyon brown cardstock. And then we're going to pop that up with some of the Spellbinders pop-up die cutting foam sheet here so that we can get a little dimension. And I kind of did a third grade glue moment there. That's a lot of glue. So we're just going to give this birthday word some dimension. Now notice right here, that little dot for my eye, I just lined it up right over there on that background on my sentiment, and I just poked it out and put it right where it belongs. That's a little hack that you can maybe try yourself. If you don't have a gem picker handy, then that's a great little trick. All right, now, so those sentiments and those die cuts are from HoneyBee stamps. Those are the bitty Buzzwords stamps and dies. And I am taking the phrase sending you and the sentiment greetings, and I'm stamping it here. I'm going to be using the S'mores ink. Now, all of the inks that I used to create that background, it's called Postmarked Turnabout Stamp, by the way. And the stamps that I used, or the inks that I use rather, for that will be listed in the description, but I'm going to go over those with you now. I used Cargo, Macchiato, S'mores, and Sandcastle. Now, I will tell you, I did cut that with my trimmer, paper trimmer, but to cut it down to a small size, and then I just hand cut it to make it smaller than what I even trimmed. And those pieces ended up measuring 1/4 inch, and these pieces ended up being 3/8 of an inch. These strips that I used with the Canyon brown cardstock, they were 3/8 of an inch. And I just glued them down. I trimmed off extra pieces to layer up behind them to give them some dimension, and you'll see that here in just a second. I didn't have any small die cut sentiments here at home, so I decided to wing it and cut them. Sometimes that works just as well. So I am cutting off the edge, cutting up some more strips to put behind these, and then we have the same color behind it to give it a little bit of lift and dimension. These will all get glued together. That's 3 layers there. I didn't want it to be higher than the birthday sentiment, which is a foam piece behind it, and it is the black one. That pack comes in black and white from Spellbinders, and I chose the black since this is such dark cardstock. And I felt like the 3 layers was just enough to make it slightly, not quite as high as the foam background. It's late here. I didn't get this project to you as soon as I had hoped. Yes, it's in the wee hours of the morning, and my brain is really trying hard to think and talk. Well, my mouth's trying to talk, but my brain's trying to tell my mouth to talk. It's hard. All right. I just want to let you know that the Postmarked Turnabout Stamp Set is sold out right now. The stamp wheel is also sold out, but I will be getting more in the store. That Postmarked Turnabout stamp will probably be back in the store next week. Altenew Stampwheel will probably not be in stock until May. I am taking pre-orders, so be watching the website for that. Okay, so what I've done is I have taken this tan twine and I am using glue dots to hold it down. But I'll also go back over this with some glue to make sure that everything stays tight and snug behind there when we glue it to the card front. This jute, it's actually almost the same color as this jute cardstock that I used to stamp on. I had originally thought I would make something vintage from this card front, or rather the postmarked background. And I still have cardstock left over. I could still use it for another project. I thought I would do something vintage, but I ended up deciding that this would make a great masculine card. And so that's what I did. Masculine cards are hard. And I thought, you know what? Why not? So here it is. A masculine birthday card. How fun is that? So I will just finish off here with getting these sentiments on. And then we will tie a bow on the front of this card to make it look like not only is it a birthday card, but it looks like a postage stamp, but it also kind of looks like a present now. Like a stack of Happy Mail. And there it is, folks. There's our card. I certainly appreciate you guys stopping by to watch the project. If you are interested in any of these products, like I said, the Postmarked Stamp Set will be back in stock next week. And some other turnabouts will also be hitting the store as well. And the Altenew Stampwheel, you can pre-order that on our website. I'll have everything linked. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week. Take care. Bye-bye.